with him through Kaiser University. I'd like to tell you that I know about his very, very established career prior to coming to the USO. But it's primarily been with the USO, and I can't say enough good things about Mike O'Brien and his selflessness of what he has given to our military members in this Jacksonville community and the hard work. I just don't know that his family ever sees him because he is all around this city. In one day, he goes from North Jax to South Jax to St. Augustine to east to west, and sometimes probably twice a day. I have had the pleasure of working with him in capacity of the USO with the Chamber of Commerce, trustees, as well as at Kaiser University, in that we support the USO with the Pathfinders program, as well as with an annual toy drive around the holidays for family and their children. So it is my pleasure and honor to introduce Mike O'Brien.
Thank you, President Tom, Lisa Marie, and I tell you, after 23 years of Rotary meetings, it's awesome to be out in a real live Rotary club. It is fantastic. I haven't visited Southjax. I was across the, when you were up on the river there many, many years ago, and I remember this is a singing club. And well done, sir. Rotan, very, very well done. It's really an honor to be here. So many friends, Robert, and Patty. I call her Patty the Great. She of course is the administrative assistant at WestjaxRotaryClubs and obviously the district. And I had forgotten that she was here as well. And so we're all blessed by Patty Chapman for sure. And so. Lisa Marie at Kaiser University a little bit. I have just a few slides. I won't kill us with a PowerPoint presentation, I promise. But I always like to start Rotary with some trivia. And this is an astute crowd. I gotta remember where the camera is here. Folks, a lot of friends I know that are not here. And Tom, I hope you're feeling well and miss seeing you. But a little Rotary trivia. I think this is going to be pretty easy. So I have this priceless USO ball cap, a little American symbol on the back. What year was the first hand that goes up, the USO founded?
67.
Hand up, no? Hand up. Very good. Cheating, that's good. I like it. I did this one time, everyone had all the answers. Like, what?
67?
67, no?
69.
No. Not earlier.
1980.
No, in between.
39.
One last call.
1944.
40, 41, 38.
Get there. February 4th, we're coming up to our 80th year anniversary of serving our active duty, the Guard and Reserve, and all their family members. Let me back up a second. All hands up that have served. Thank you for your service, all of you. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands up if you serve. All those whose father or mother have served. All those whose brother or sister have served. Everyone keep their hands up. And all those whose children have served or currently serve. Any of those, keep your hands up. So thank you all for your service. In the USO, when one family member serves, the entire family serves, right? The sacrifices that the children make, the siblings make, the parents make, right? The husbands, the wives make is incredible. And what a great honor, like Lisa Marie mentioned. I've been going on 8 years ahead of this organization. And it's such a privilege for me to serve those that serve us today. And it's what motivates me and drives me to do more, to bless these heroes, every one of them that give up and sacrifice so much every day. So thank you all for your service, absolutely. One more round of applause for everyone. All right, back to the trivia. Now this one's super easy. First hand up, what does USO stand for? Very good, excellent. I get all kinds of answers to United States organization, and very nicely done. And here's the one that never gotten a correct answer, unless they were cheating. The 6 stars on the logo here. What do the 6 stars represent? First hand, yes.
Isn't every branch of service?
That's what everyone says, and everyone's wrong. No.
Continents.
Next guess?
Continents.
No. That's an interesting guess. Yes, sir.
The 6 original USOs that Carter disbanded?
That is correct.
Wow.
Well done. The 6 social service organizations that FDR got together in 1941, they were doing similar work, care packages, you know, to deploy troops, food and snacks. They said, let's get together and create the United Service Organizations. And to this day, the YMCA, YWCA, the Catholic Charities, the Jewish Charities, Salvation Army, and Travelers Aid. When I joined the organization almost 8 years ago, I had to look it up. I didn't even know if they existed today, and they do. And the interesting thing about the history, to this day, up in Arlington, the National USO office, there's a representative that sits on the board of governors of those 6 organizations to this very day. And so really tremendous history, tremendous support, tremendous brand, right? That is unquestionably there to support our military and their families. So, Patty, let's, and there's the stars. Let's go to the first slide. What I wanted to talk to you guys about today was not really what the USO has been doing, but in the last 6 months, 7 months, whatever it's been since this crazy year, since middle of March, how did we reimagine our delivery? How do we keep our military connected to family, home, and country throughout their service to our nation, right? In a pandemic, none of us had, you know, a blueprint for this, right? It's amazing how every organization, for-profit, nonprofit, had to reimagine what they're going to do. And so I've got a slide, I got several slides here. 2 years ago, actually it was 3 years ago, I was sitting down with a friend, a good friend from Humana, and we just had our no-dough dinner. Very popular program. I want to make sure we're on track. President Tom, what's my cutoff time?
You got it.
Okay.
All right,
So,
Yeah,
I'll leave. Oh, perfect. I love that. It's a great meeting place, by the way. And this is your first, right? First time? I'm totally honored to be here and to be your first speaker and be in front of live Rotarians. So we have this no-dough dinner program. The majority of what the USO does all over the country, all over the world for that matter, is take care of our young enlisted. Doesn't mean we forget about the officers and the senior enlisted, but the young kids that are really struggling. We have this wonderful program that's gone on for almost 16 years called No-Dough Dinners. At our Mayport USO, we would get 300. I've seen 425 military and family members, children, spouses, come to our Mayport USO every Monday. Lisa Marie's been there. Anyone else been to a no-dough dinner at the Mayport USO ever? It's a beautiful thing. I like to call it Thanksgiving every other Monday. Civic organizations, we have many Rotary clubs that have supported us over the years. Ponte Vedra Beach Club, Mandarin Club, San Jose Club, Oceanside Club, and several others that have supported this effort. And it's a beautiful thing. Families get together, children will be at a big long table, all sharing stories and whatnot. Spouses will get together and share their challenges and hardships. And I love to see it. Well, the pandemic hits, you can't have 300 people in a 2-hour period coming in for a home cooked meal. So what are we going to do? So we came up with this idea of no-dough dinners to go. So in March, right after the pandemic hit, we said, well, we can't forget about our troops. We got to stay connected with them. So we took the no-dough dinners, partnered with some of our restaurants. I actually, Jersey Mike Subs was the first business that was really struggling. And they were helping us over the years. I said to Drew, the local franchisee owner, Drew Mader, a great friend, I said, Drew, we want to help you. The USO wants to help our restaurant partner. So we went and bought 1,000 meals for the Naval Hospital. And we brought lunch to these. And matter of fact, this picture up here in the corner, the line that goes through the hospital goes all the way through that conference center, down the hallway, and all the way down the next hallway. It went on and on and on. The skipper of the hospital made an announcement that the USO is here to provide lunch. We've done, since beginning of March, or mid-March, over 5,000 no-dough dinners to go, 5,000. Some of that we paid with some of our reserve dollars we had. Some of it was funded by civic organizations like yourself. Some of it corporations that have helped us, but it's staying connected. And let me tell you, the military just love and are so thankful for that support. We've helped the clinics, we've helped the pharmacies, we've helped the National Guard at multiple locations of the testing sites. We've helped the first responders at the bases, providing them free meals, over 5,000 meals. And we couldn't do it without the great support of this community. I'll mention it again, but our USO is 100% self-funded. A lot of people think, United States organization or whatever, they're gonna call us that we're funded by the government, and we're not. So everything you're gonna see and everything that we've done historically for the past 80 years is because of the generosity of incredible people, Rotarians, and many, many other organizations that take care of our troops, take care of their families. So the next program we had, it was an offshoot about 2 years ago. We actually went out and 2 years ago, September, and did a pilot. I sat down with my friend from Humana and said, what can we do to expand on the no-dough dinner program, which was so successful? We came up with this idea, Healthy Military Families Initiative, right? Provide our young, vetted, enlisted families, E3s, E4s, make about 27,000, that have multiple children. In some cases, the spouse can't work because they can't afford infant child care. So a family of 4, just picture this in your brain, a family of 4 is trying to live on $26,000, $27,000. It just doesn't make it, right? Some of our heroes qualify for government assistance, SNAP. And so we said, let's provide fresh fruits and vegetables, lean meats, and dry goods for our young, vetted, enlisted families. So we did this almost over 2 years ago. We piloted in September, October, and November. Unbelievably successful. 50 families is all we could really handle. And we provided them about $150 to $175, $200 worth of fresh fruits, vegetables, lean meats, and dry goods. Diapers, if it applied, and dog food, if we had it, and which is very expensive. And it has made an amazing impact. Last year, 2019, we ramped it up, and we did 70 families. Now, because of the logistics of the Mayport USO, that's about our capacity. Well, this year, off and running. We went from 1 program a month, distribution, to 2 distributions per month, where we're taking care of 70 families. And then just last month, we doubled it with a grant we received from one of our corporate partners, from 70 to 140 families. It is so impactful. They're looking at anywhere from $300 to $400. Again, think about the dynamics and the financial situation I explained earlier, these young enlisted. They're getting $300 to $400 worth of food and dry goods that they don't have to go to the commissary or the exchange to buy. But now they can apply those dollars that they save to maybe a better family vehicle, maybe better family housing, maybe a once a year Christmas or summertime vacation. And it has been unbelievable, to the point where, can we go back 1 slide, please, Ms. Patty? To the point where I got together with the board of directors, who I report to, the USO board, and said, we need to expand this program, take it to scale. Our research shows that it's not 70 families or even 140 families. This region, which is about 50,000 active guard and reserve families, is more like 500, 600 or more. And there's no way physically we could ever do what we're doing. And so this is the no-go dinner. This is to go. Go to the next slide, please, Patty. I think I have a slide of the distribution. Next slide. No, we go back. It must have been the one before. I'm sorry. So we had to come up a way, because they used to come into the USO. They line up out the front door, the families, and they queue on in. They go grocery shopping in our main body of our building. Well, we couldn't do that with COVID. So we came up with a program. Here it is, right down here. I'm sorry, Patty. The last one. We came up with a program. This is the Mayport USO you see in here. This is a few months back. With our volunteers, I want to get to our volunteers. We couldn't do anything without these amazing volunteers. My staff and the volunteers came up with a way to safely distribute the food to our families, right? Think about it now. We're doing 140 families, and we're doing that every week, which is incredible. Came up with a system that they register for a slot. We get 4 to 5 families every 15 minutes. It starts at 11 and it ends around 3 to 4 o'clock, depending. And they would sign up, get into their position in the parking lot, call the USO, identify themselves, we check the list, they're on the list, a vetted program, and they would talk about any special needs, lactose intolerant, or if they needed diapers, what size, those kind of things. And then my staff and the volunteers would literally fill up their grocery cart, go out to their car and load the products, you know, whatever it might be, a couple $100 worth of groceries and dry goods into their car. They don't even get out of the vehicles. And so again, we're able to reimagine how do we distribute, you know, and connect and touch our military families. And it's just been unbelievable. Every Wednesday of this month, we have a distribution, and the Rotarians of Southjax are always welcome to just come and witness what we're doing. It's really impactful. We had a little ceremony last week to thank one of our donors, Ullman Wealth Partners, Glenn Ullman. We presented this to Glenn last December. He immediately, once he heard about the program, said, I'll match $40,000. You raise 40 and I'll match it. And we did. We had a ceremony last Wednesday. It was really nice to thank him. The amount of military was there, our original partner that helped us get this off the ground a couple of years ago. So that is the USO Healthy Military Families. We're actually building a building. We're finishing the final designs because we really can't go beyond 140. That's the maximum we could possibly distribute, the way we're setting things up temporarily, bringing them out to the main facility you just saw, and then once the distribution is over, putting everything back into the storage area. But when we have a building, right, it's going to be 2,500 square feet. The military sets up appointment. They come into the building, the USO Healthy Military Center, and they go shopping. The reason this program works, because a military member in general and spouses are very proud people. They defend our freedoms, right? They're not going to go to a pantry, a community food bank. But they'll come to the USO because the USO is their home away from home. It's not a handout. You know, this is just a hand up. This is the USO and our corporate partners, civic partners, helping us bless them. And really, that's the magic sauce in this program. So I couldn't be more proud of my staff and all the volunteers. Each year, we have 20,000 plus hours, man hours of volunteers, which is how we become a 4-star charity navigator rated nonprofit. Our volunteers literally deliver the goodness every day. And so it's an incredible program. I'd love for anyone to witness it every Wednesday this month. Okay, you can go to the next, that's some of the slides. Next slide, that's the no-go dinner I talked about. One more slide, okay. The other thing we've had to do is come up with virtual programming, right? Aren't we all tired? I'm so happy to see Rotarians in person. So we came up with a lot of programs, you know, cooking programs. We have a bingo that's starting up. We had a reading program, right? Staying connected, keeping our military connected to family, home, and country. We have yoga that goes on Fridays, different activities to stay connected to our military, to be safe, right? And more programming that's coming up for the children. We have a bingo that's coming up, and it's not your mother or father or grandfather's bingo. Let me tell you, we've partnered with an agency that's been doing this virtual programming, and it's been blowing up. We're really excited what it will bring. And then a lot of the military members like gaming. And so we have some gaming programs that are coming on board where they can do it safely from their home, but virtually connect. And we're really excited what that'll do for morale and well-being. And again, keeping our military connected. So I think we got another slide, Patty. That's just PGA heard about our program, and they've been wonderful partners every year. They made a presentation that has all gone to our Healthy Military Families Initiative, and we're really, really thankful. I don't have a check presentation yet, but Taco Bell and their foundation, Armed Forces Family Foundation, they've been a tremendous friend. They're into bricks and mortar. Unlike a lot of foundations that are only into programming, they are helping us. They're the lead gift on the new building, the center that we're building on the property at the Mayport USO. Next slide. So, Lisa Marie, she talked about our Pathfinder Transition Program. That little brochure that you have in your on your tables there, I like this one especially because it talks about the day the young man or woman enlists, the USO is by their side, to the day they transition out and start their next great career. Who better than the USO that's been there by their side for 80 years, right? That's connected to great organizations like Rotary, to great corporations all over the United States that want to hire our military. The USO Pathfinder Transition Program has been in Jacksonville for over 2 years. We went to Lisa Marie and Kaiser over 2 years ago to ask if they would be interested. It's not just the next career, right? There's a lot that goes into a career, and education is a critical part of our Pathfinder Transition Program. Providing the certification, right? Providing the degree that they may need to get into their next career field, or a postgraduate degree is critical. So having partners like Kaiser University in our transition program is critical. And Lisa Marie and Jeremy Smith, who is the Dean of the Logistics College, have been great partners of our USO. And this is a program we're so proud of. ViStar, any ViStar people in this room? Another one of our great partners. Wherever I go, wherever I talk, I always want to talk about our partners, because without the partnerships, we can't do any of what you just saw and anything that we've done in the past. But ViStar, many years ago, well, really only 2 years ago, I went to them 2.5 years ago to talk about space on a base. And if you know military bases today, space is at a premium. All the 1940 buildings have been knocked down. It is really tough to get additional space. My office is on the base at NAS Jax. Mayport USO is off base. We own the land, we own the property, which is fairly unique for a USO center. And then of course, we're in the airport, JIA. But we needed space. I went to ViStar, who had a cavernous credit union on the base. And I said, hey, would you be interested in Pathfinder Transition Program? Well, long story short, 2 years ago, September 14th, we opened up our Pathfinder Transition office inside the ViStar Credit Union on the base. At the Mayport USO, where Lisa Marie and Kaiser stepped in, we have our educational annex. So we actually have 2 locations that the military can come to help them transition out of the military, right? For all our military folks that went through GPS, or that's what they call it now. It's just checking the box, right? So we wanted to help supplement their transition process. Many military folks, all they know is the military, and there's a lot to know about the private sector. Pathfinder is one of the answers. And so it's a wonderful program. So happy to see Lisa Marie here and to brag about Kaiser University and ViStar. ViStar not only gives us the space, about 1,000 square feet in their beautiful credit union they just renovated, but they did the build out. We were supposed to pay for that. And it was $161,000. I was emceeing the event to thank everybody, and the ribbon cutting, and the skipper, and everyone was there. And I did not know till after the event that they made that donation. Brian Wolfberg, now the current CEO of ViStar, was so humble and quiet. So I had to track him down before he left the building to thank him personally. That's how awesome ViStar is. They did the build out, 161,000, and they gave us the space for free, which is an amazing thing. So really beautiful. And I think that's the last slide, Patty. Yeah, just us in our masks, and some of my staff and some of the volunteers just doing great work. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Q4 is our busiest time of year. We send more care packages to deployed troops than any other time of the year. We send it year round. Whenever our troops are deployed, we send care packages out there and keep them connected, right, to our community, to their families. And we do our USO giving tree, where the communities come together and provide, again, for that young enlisted individual and their children, provide gifts for the holiday season. In some cases, that's the only holiday season gift they get, is what we do through the USO giving tree. And our meals program, Thanksgiving and around the Christmas season, we'll do 400 to 500 meals each holiday season, which includes the turkey and all the fixings. So some of our very popular USO programs are coming up, and that's it. I think we have 5 or so minutes or whatever. Yes, sir, in the back.
When I think of the USO, I think of Robert Boat going overseas, Marilyn Monroe going overseas.
Yeah.
Huge events, and whether they're on ships or on land. Is that program huge? Is it growing? Is it shrinking? I mean, I think we're bringing more troops home.
Yeah. The military is changing. It's a great question. Bob Hope is literally a legend in the USO world, and has done so much. One of the only USOs that are named by a person, out in LA, is the Bob Hope USO. Entertainment is really one of the cornerstones of the USO movement, and still today. There are entertainers, there are Hollywood folks, there are comedians that give up their time free of charge to come out to the troops wherever they're deployed. You don't have the massive gatherings that you maybe had in past years, but our troops will make multiple visits to countries like Poland, where more troops are moving to today, and all over the world. So yes, entertainment is huge, and it's still a critical part of keeping that morale up. And we're involved in all kinds of activities all over the world and here in Conus. Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you talk a little bit about the airport facility and what exactly it does?
Yeah, it's the Airport Welcome Center. And so we see about normally, not pandemic, all the numbers are out the window. In a normal year, we'll see about 2,000 military pass through the airport per month. So 25,000 military coming through. For some of you, you may be aware that for the Navy, this is the big training center here in the Southeast region. The headquarters, of course, is right on the base. They're a tenant at NAS Jax. And so sailors are coming from all over the country for trainings, as well as, we have thousands of troops that are stationed here, right? And so it's a welcome center. We'll come in, have a snack, have a drink. Sometimes the layovers are hours and hours long. They have a little home away from home. Unfortunately, due to COVID, it's a small space, not even 1,000 square feet. We've had to close. We put up all the security and safety mechanisms, the plexiglass. We're getting very close to opening, but we're going to open it on a limited basis. Typically, that center is open 16 hours a day, 07 to 2300, 11 o'clock at night, and one staff person. So how we do that are volunteers. We'll typically have 2 volunteers work 4-hour shifts, 4 shifts a day, 365 days a year. If the airport's open, the USO typically is open. And it's an amazing facility, not huge, but it is a wonderful partnership with JAA that serves our troops. Helps them with flight issues and whatnot. We got computers in there. Oftentimes you come in, you'll see troops that are coming overseas that we crashed out on the couches. Again, it's that home away from home, a place where they know they're welcome, and everything, of course, is free, always to our military. Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question about ViStar Credit Union?
Yes.
I'm often surprised when I look at the rates that they pay, because it seems like they're under the market rates for the accounts that they provide. Any idea why?
No,
I mean, it seems unfair to.
I don't know. I don't want to put off like I'm a banker or understand the business side of them. I really know them for the philanthropic side, and they philanthropically have been such a great supporter, not only for the USO. Typically they put on that 1,000 military appreciation event around Veterans Day. They do that with the chamber, and the 5-Star has always been the sponsor. I know they support a lot of other organizations. I don't know the business side of it, but I am very thankful for their friendship and support. One last question. I saw other hands. We good? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll be making a contribution in your honor to the Rotary Foundation to end polio.
That's awesome. I will say, I am, this is beautiful. October 24th, Polio Day, correct? And I went to Atlanta many years ago. If you haven't been to the international convention yet, and I became a Paul Harris Society member after that event. It's incredible. Nothing's more important to me in Rotary than let's eradicate this baby and get it done. So thank you sincerely. It's beautiful.
I didn't prompt that at all. Okay, Patty reminded me to remind all of you that all of those masks on the table are for you. So please take them with you. They're a great advertisement. I dare you to order to Publix and have you ask people, what's Rotary? And you can push it. So good, do that. Do that. And I want to remind you, next week we'll be on Zoom, and our speaker will be Sean Mulholland of Mulholland Forensics. Easy for me to say. So I'll remind you again to RSVP. This will be the last time for everything. Yes, Barry.
How many of you realize geographically our district is in zone 34 for Rotary, and every fall there is a big event. It's the Leadership Summit for zones 33 and 34 at 60,000 Rotarians, Pennsylvania, on down into the island. This year it's going to be virtual. The reason I know so much about this is because I have to be married to the program chair for the thing. So I'm in the periphery of a lot of this stuff. But it really is going to be great because for the first time at the Leadership Summit, when they say leadership, that includes everybody in Rotary. It doesn't just mean the grand poobahs in the world like Tom. But it's got some great speakers because they literally got people, since it's being held virtually, from other parts of the world. Some really significant speakers, some great programs. There's going to be 3 breakout sessions. In each of those sessions, you'll have an option of 5 or 6 things to choose from. There's no cost to it. It's easy to register. There's also going to be some really good entertainment that goes along with this. So the reason I'm telling you this is because this information is going to hit here very shortly. And when you see it, I urge you, check it out, register for some things, right there from the comfort of your couch, your home, your dining room table, whatever. You're going to be able to see these breakout sessions, to learn a lot about Rotary, and hear some wonderful speakers. So just be attuned to it and respond to it right away, because like I said, there's 60,000 of us out there, and these things are going to fill up quick.
Barry, I went twice to the zone meeting, and outside of Rotary International Convention, it was incredible. So I applaud you.
Another meeting and the convention comes up with that again. Thank you. Right. Okay. So here's a couple of things to put on your calendar just to remind you of how it's working. So our next live meeting is October 27th, right? And then November 3rd is in person. The 10th of November is on Zoom. And then November 17th is in person. December 1st is in person. December 8th, if all goes well, and perhaps we'll be at past President Roberts for our annual holiday luncheon again. That would be great. Thank you. And then December 15th, this is in person as well. All right, great. Please join me in the Rotary motto as we end this meeting.
Serve self, on your box, let us serve best.
See you next time.